So, in the last video, I talked about the confusing statement Ed Boon said in his latest interview. And I quote, MK1 is its own story and not a continuation of MK11. When I said I quote, I probably mixed some words there, but you get the point. Very interesting, because on the surface, we know MK is a reboot. But to say it's not a continuation of MK11, where Liu Kang started the reboot process, has ruffled some feathers and made a lot of confusion, about as much as the announcement of cameo characters has caused confusion. Now, I believe that the ending of MK11 actually explains what Ed Boon means, and we all just overlooked it. So, we know that souls empower individuals, which is why Shang, Ermac, Kenshi, Shao are so strong, and many others. But they are strong with the power of mortal souls that they have destroyed. To our knowledge, or at least to mine, I don't remember any of them capturing the soul of like an elder god within them. Liu Kang has three souls in him now, himself, and Raiden we know. But if you then go one step further, Liu has the soul of his alternate timeline self, or his future timeline self, which is now an alternate timeline. And this revenant soul is damned to the netherrealm, giving it dark powers as well, like we've seen with other revenants, or even vengeful spirits such as Noob and Scorpion. So a mortal soul, a damned soul, and an elder god soul. And I know Raiden didn't fully give him his soul, but he gave him his powers, his godlike status of power. So the best way I can qualify that is a soul, even though Raiden was still alive afterwards. This power boost obviously aided him in the taking down of Cetrion, as well as the killing of Chronica. But that's major power. Raiden couldn't even take her down. Raiden barely took down Shinnok. Technically, Cassie did that, and Shinnok is Chronica's son. So the assumption that Liu has hit a multi-dimensional level of power seems more and more understandable when we take in that consideration. And then after he takes down Chronica, remember Chronica absorbed the power of her daughter, Cetrion, basically absorbed her whole body. Well, Liu Kang, when he kills Chronica and he gains her full power, you can also assume he took on a huge portion of Chronica as well because he has her crown, power and control over her sand power, time power, manipulation. Even before he puts on the crown, he absorbs power from that huge hourglass and uses that to kill her. So one could say he has a lot of power in him, not just Raiden and his alternate timeline self, but possibly a little bit of Chronica, which would also mean he has some of Cetrion. So like I said, after taking that into consideration, it becomes more understandable that he could be a multi-dimensional level power being. And a multi-dimensional being is going to be more powerful than elders, more powerful than one Titan for sure, we know that, and arguably others, because I would think that she was the most powerful Titan, and more powerful than the one being, since he can undo that entire existence of the one being if he wanted to as well. A multidimensional being could create a brand new universe and 100% take the old universe out of question. There would be no more multiverse. Now Onaga's timeline will be gone, Chronica's timeline will be gone, none of them exist. It's now always been Liu Kang from the start. He could completely sever any connections of the old world. But then what of Katana? We saw her join Liu's side at the end of MK11, so why is she a normal mortal who gets killed so easily by Shao Kahn? See, technically he can't create a new world or a new universe that has zero connection to the old universe because if Katana is by his side and she takes place in helping create it, she is part of the old universe. Hell, he's even part of the old universe. And if you want to be technical, he got his power from Raiden, who is mentally connected to the universe before that with Onaga. All of it is still technically connected by canon. So how do we get eventually to a level of, like Ed Boon said, that it has nothing to do with the past? Is it that Ed Boon really means MK11 has nothing to do with this? That Liu did not come from an old timeline, making a new timeline, but that this was simply a completely separate timeline on its own, where it just so happened to have Fire God Liu Kang as its creator. But it's not the Fire God Liu Kang that we saw at the end of MK11. Maybe, but I still can't get the opening to the trailer out of my head. He says, it is time. Time to wake up to a new reality. a blank canvas that I have painted in with warmth and peace. See, this screams to me that Liu is aware of an old reality, or why else would you be addressing it, calling it a new reality? So we still need answers as to how this trailer connects or tricks us regarding the story. Is Ed trolling or merely leaning into a more intellectual sci-fi answer? And where does Katana fit into all this? Subscribe and tune in to see how Katana possibly is linked to all of this. Have a good one and God bless you.